Singapore's construction industry will perform strongly in the next 3 years, even with global challenges in the mix. To tell us more about this, we have Scott Halliday from Linesight, architect Ziggy Chua from DP Architects, and Yasmin Yeo from the Micro Builders Association, Singapore. Now, starting with Scott, what recent changes have contributed to Singapore's strong construction growth?
So there's been a lot of factors improving the strength of the industry in Singapore. So outside the major public works that most people are aware of, the MRT, the rapid transport systems, the relaxation in the data center moratorium has really seen a lot of movement in that space, and a lot of investment moving back into the country after the past few years. Obviously, there's a lot of government incentives around as well, which is really boosting the economy there, especially in sectors such as the life science sector. So if you look at the Tuas Biomedical Hub, that's one of only a few sort of sector-specific hubs that the government is investing in. Not just that, but tax incentives as well to help bring those companies to the shores of Singapore.
So this approach enables Singapore's economy to be very stable, and it also gives us the right platform to weather downturns and make the best use of good times. So at this moment in time, unfortunately, the global economy is facing quite a fair bit of uncertainties. So by contrast, the stability of the Singapore market becomes very attractive for global investors. And with the influx of investors and investments, there is a corresponding increase in demand for offices, spaces, residential units, and improved infrastructure. So all this fuels the construction growth that we're currently experiencing. I believe that the BCA projected that the industry will be seeing a public and private sector investment contributing to annual construction demand ranging between $31 to $28 billion from the period of 2025 to period of 2028.
One key factor is the government focus on infrastructure development and urban transformation, such as the ongoing build-to-order BTO projects and the development of new residential areas. Business hubs, as well as transport networks, have led to significant growth in the construction sector. Additionally, the emphasis on technological advancements has also been a major driver as well. The integration of building information modeling and integrated digital delivery has also improved project efficiency, reduced cost, as well as enhanced collaboration between the various stakeholders.
So what strategies are being implemented in Singapore to mitigate inflationary pressures? Scott, going back to you.
The government's really sort of focusing on productivity, right? So to take that pressure off the sites and move it off site. So that's a lot around prefabrication and modularization. So there are a lot of incentives being given to local companies to invest in that off-site manufacturing practices, which will hopefully help offset a lot of the pressures we're seeing from the labour force.
Within the Singapore built environment industry, inflationary pressures mainly comes from two sources, material cost and manpower cost. The Singapore government and BCA in particular have been looking at strengthening the resiliency of the industry through initiatives, policies and strategies that support increased digitalization, for example, improving competency of the workforce, and also enhancing productivity. So some combination of technology and these initiatives allows us to then maximize the efficiency and effectiveness of the manpower we have within the built environment industry. This allows us to build a certain resiliency against inflationary pressures that the general economy is putting on us. In fact, at DPA, we are currently experiencing the speed and the effectiveness that these strategies have brought to our projects.
One key approach is through the government support in stabilizing material cost. This includes measures such as the Construction Productivity and Capability Fund, which help firms to adopt innovative technologies and practices to enhance productivity as well as reduce the reliance on volatile resources. Another approach is the adoption of innovative construction methods and materials that helps to mitigate cost increase while maintaining the construction quality itself. For instance, prefabricated and modular construction techniques can help to reduce labor and material costs while increasing efficiency at the same time. This approach actually helps to shorten construction timelines, which is beneficial in the current climate of rising costs in the construction industry.
So considering everything mentioned, where do you see the biggest opportunities for the construction sector in Singapore?
It's exciting times at the moment in Singapore and in Southeast Asia generally. So obviously the SEZ agreement between Johor and Singapore has recently been signed. The impacts that's going to have will be interesting to see how it affects both the global supply chain and local labour movements, but that offers a lot of opportunity there. Collaboration generally, I think, is the word for opportunity in Singapore. There's a lot of large-scale projects. If you look at the likes of the Changi T5 expansion and a few other big life sciences and pharmaceutical projects kicking off, it's going to require a lot of collaboration between multiple contractors, vendors, consultants, and the like. So kind of creating frameworks that can be used to roll out successful implementation of those projects will be critical. And sustainability, it's obviously a big one. It's high on Singapore's agenda. It's taking on the challenging sectors such as data centers, where I think the initiatives that will be pioneered in Singapore will be rolled out as a global framework as well. So that's a great opportunity for Singapore to be leading the way there.
We believe that the opportunity lies in the right balance between technology and sustainability. The industry needs to constantly evolve and update to leverage on the latest technology, and not just builders building using the latest technology to build faster, to build greener and build better, but also architects using technology to improve the way we design, like use of AI to expedite and facilitate the works that are more repetitive in nature, so that we, the architects, have actually more time to spend on actual design to make sure that our design are thoughtful, respects the climate to the best of our abilities. Because we're not together, at the end of the day, we're not just about putting together steel and concrete. We're actually creating environments that are meaningful, regenerative, and really celebrates the human spirit.
A key focus would be the push for higher quality, more sustainable, as well as resilient construction practices that will position the industry to better tackle the future challenges in ensuring sustainable growth and long-term success. We are already spearheading this with the Build Trust Construction Quality Assessment Scheme, developed by MBAS in collaboration with Singapore's Building and Construction Authority, as well as other trade associations and chambers. Looking ahead, integrating such frameworks will be essential to fostering a culture of accountability as well as excellence. This Build Trust scheme equips builders to meet these elevated standards, contributing to a stronger and a more competitive industry.
Thank you so much once again for joining us today, Scott, Architect Chua, and Yasmin.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Once again, those were our guests, Scott Halliday, Regional Director for Southeast Asia at Linesight, Architect Ziggy Chua, Director of DP Architects, and Yasmin Yeo, Assistant Manager for Industry Development at Micro Builders Association, Singapore. For more news, visit sbr.com.sg.